So here I have some jeans, and in the past, especially when I was learning about these different leg styles, I mean, I always knew they existed, but I wanted to be sure what I was categorizing particular items as if I did not know, and if I did not have a manufacturer tag to tell me, hey, skinny jeans or boot cut or whatever that might be. I was reliant upon the internet to help me to do this. So during that process, what I've done is I actually created a template of like little cheat sheets. And I'm throwing this out there because I want you to also be aware if you are either adopting this style or maybe it's something you want to incorporate into your own listing, is if I'm ever unsure, I always try to describe or explain the reason why I'm calling something as is, if I'm not 100% certain. That way it's kind of full disclosure. People know, yes, you're not going to find a manufacturer tag that's going to state that, but I believe it's this type of pant leg style, and here's the reason why I do that. And I include it in the descriptions. Now, since I have a couple of different pants as examples, I wanted to make sure I was just as accurate with you guys as I am to my buyers online. So yes, I have little cheats for myself because I want to make sure that I'm talking about the right pair of pants in the right order. So we're going to start off with straight leg. Now basically straight leg is a pant like this that is relatively the same in circumference from the top to the bottom. So these pair of pants don't specifically state straight leg pants, but I would still call it and categorize it as straight leg pants. And in my description, I would certainly say straight leg, generally speaking, is the same circumference from the thigh through the pant leg, through the ankle. Again, just trying to explain why I categorized something as is. Now this, because it's fairly obvious that it's straight leg, hopefully I won't get a lot of pushback on that. But to be very transparent in my listing, I would call this straight pants leg styling and explain the reason why I am doing that. So we're going to kind of go up in order from straight leg, then smallest up to the largest. This is a pair of pants that I would categorize as a skinny leg type because I have measured the leg opening and it is 11 inches in circumference. So what I've done is I have not only shown the measurement, showing the leg circumference, I've also in my description put the little disclosure that skinny jeans, typically there's a snug fit between the legs and ends in a small leg opening. Now the leg opening can be anywhere between 9 and 14 inches in circumference. And I always tell them, look at the picture that shows the measurement of the leg to determine the circumference. So trying to be as accurate and helpful to the buyer as possible so they have a good idea of the style of pants that they are looking at purchasing. So this is skinny jeans. Let's put these jeans up here. And again, we're going to talk about the circumference, the leg measurement that you're going to want to include with your picture series to help describe an item. Boot cut typically have a leg circumference between 18 and 22 inches. And I'm going to include that in my description. If I'm going to put the word boot cut in my title, I'm going to explain to them why I am choosing that. Now, in all fairness, this does measure 17 inch, but it was like 17 inch and a half, 3/4. So I would still feel comfortable chalking it up as boot cut. Boot cuts are a little bit wider. And Google's going to tell you about 18 to 22 inches in circumference. This was 17 and a half, right on the border there. So I am going to include it with a picture of the leg measurement, and I will still likely call it boot cut. That And this particular jean does say boot cut on it, even though everything I've read online says 18 to 22 inches. But it also goes to show when you're talking about pre-loved clothing, the odds are good that in one way, shape, or form, this particular pair of pants has shrunk, either in waist, in length. Fabric just shrinks with repeated washing. So I still think I'm not being deceiving. I'm showing the pictures, and I am trying to define the leg style as accurately as possible. So this is a pair of boot cut jeans, 17-inch circumference. I would have a picture of the word boot cut as well as the picture of the pant circumference. Now we're getting into the little bit wider leg styles. This pair measures 19 inches in circumference. So I would call these flare, because generally speaking, flare jeans have a circumference around 18, 19 inches. This one measures 19 inches. I'm going to put them up here, show you that wide pant leg. Now, one thing with pants that I've noticed as I'm trying to measure, sometimes they don't fold correctly. Like if I've had them stored in a bin or a box, or even after they've been ironed or whatever. So you're going to want to make sure your seams are in alignment when you photograph those pictures. So that way you're being truly, truly accurate on the leg's circumference. You're measuring from seam to seam, especially on these wider guys. So yes, this is an example of flare jeans. As a finale, here is our wide leg styled pants. This measures at 21-inch circumference in the leg. Dress pants you'll find very often. At least for me, I have found dress pants have more wide leg styling than say jeans or other types of pants that I find. Dress pants do. And this, I believe, yes, this is Express. So Express is kind of known for their business or preppier attire. So this leg circumference, again, going from seam to seam, is going to measure in at 21 inches, which categorizes it as a wide pair of pants. Wide leg, flare out, and are at least 20 inches in circumference at the bottom leg opening. Again, just something I'm learning. I thought I would share with you. This is the information that I've gleaned along the way. And I appreciate, as always, you sticking it out with me and seeing me through to the end, guys. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.